Continuous issue, ladies and gentlemen. Massive showdown in Parliament on Thursday. The House approved Minority Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju's proposal of sending the Waqf Amendment Bill into the JPC, the next phase of the legislative review. Now, Minority Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju has proposed the formation of this JPC and the construct of it to scrutinize the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024. Jagdambika Pal, Nishikant Dubey, Tejaswi Surya, Aparajita Sarangi from the BJP, Imran Masood from the Congress, Kalyan Banerjee from the Trinamool, Asaduddin Owaisi from the AIMIM, Andimuttu Raja from DMK are among the 21 Lok Sabha MPs on the Waqf Bill panel. Now, we've also shown here on CNN News 18 instances of blatant misuse and abuse of this entire Waqf property, the laws, and also the money donated for charitable purposes in the name of betterment and upliftment of Muslims. And that is why ample regulatory mechanisms backed by legal amendments is perhaps the need of the hour. That's the voice coming in from the community also. Will this new panel formed lead to a consensus, or will there be more confrontation on this much needed reform on the Waqf land? One of the examples, and I'm going to quote Shazia Almi as we go back to Vivek and Pradeep here. She said, 8,72,000 plus properties, more than 9 lakh acres of land. The estimated value of rent collection that can be done is 1.2 lakh crore rupees. If this money was collected properly, do you think Muslims will be the kind of backwardness that they are facing and in fact have need for social upliftment that they are facing? So has the Waqf actually done good to the Muslim community in Bharat at all by the way it's currently managing its affairs? So does that itself not require reform and immediate attention? Vivek Srivastava.
See, it's very easy to point out any organization which is basically from the behind being controlled by the government. It's very easy. Can Delhi police be reformed? It's a very simple question. Can Noida police be reformed? Can the member parliaments of this country be reformed? Can the MLAs of this country be reformed? Can the councils be reformed? The list is endless. So, I mean, if you start going into the efficiency of the various departments working, the DDA and the MCD of the Delhi, and your channel covered when the 3 students died in Rajendra Nagar in the national capital because of flooding. So let's not first of all try to start evaluating Waqf board because of the inefficiency and start attacking it. Let's go into the constitution and the basic ideology because of which the Waqf board was made. The Waqf board was made and it was not a popular mood at the time of the Muslim member parliaments and the intelligentsia to have the Waqf board function in this country, because Waqf board had government interference, government nominees to control the Waqf. And what is Waqf? Waqf is basically the Urdu or the Persian, I'm not sure which language it is, translation for the word donation. So if Anand, you are a practicing Muslim and you want to donate your property and your money for the cause of your own religion or the betterment of your own society, you give it via the Waqf board. And the Waqf board was made so that proper government interference and control remains into this huge amount of land and money which is going to be donated across the nation in this country. And when there are disputes, the tribunal is set up. Again, there are government, उसमें judge भी बैठता है, उसमें आपका government का नुमाइंदा भी बैठता है. So it is not a free for all as is being shown by the government today. Yes, there have been discrepancies. There have been cases of corruption. Lot of land of the Waqf board, many a times we see that the local politicians and the bigwigs, they try to capture it out. There are problems, no doubt about it. However, just whitewashing it out at the end of the day, that is not the right solution. This bill is basic. I mean, there are so many. I mean, if I start speaking, there are people who have, there are business houses who have their factories and houses on Waqf board land. There are politicians who have made some properties and they are on Waqf board land. Now, when notices are being sent, people are being disturbed. So, I mean, I don't want to go into any individual case. But however, you need to look at it from a very different perspective. The JPC is a welcome move. Let everybody sit down, talk it out and reform wherever the reforms are needed. And I'm not saying that reforms are not needed. The reforms are needed. But trying to say कि Waqf board का मतलब साहब चोरी हो गया पैसे की, this is also the wrong narrative. I'm very clear about it.
Anand, we are getting the Waqf to what the initial objective and the intent of the 1954 Act was. The intent and the objective of the 1954 Act was that any property for religious or pious purpose a Muslim wants to donate, the Muslim can donate. If you go back, the first history of the Waqf is during the time of the Delhi Sultanate, where a Muslim man had donated property to Jama Masjid of Multan, 2 villages to Jama Masjid of Multan. What we are amending and changing is the abuse of power which the Congress party in 2013 had brought, where it changed the original intent of the Waqf land, which was meant for a Muslim to give property for religious and charitable purpose, to a non-Muslim giving a Waqf, acting and implementing on a non-Muslim. And the point is, it is also the 2013 Act was against the principle of natural justice, because if imagine that if Waqf has taken a property X, then Waqf tribunal cannot be the sole adjudicator because it is an affected party. We are changing that. We are giving the powers. Let me complete. You spoke for 5 minutes of civil court, which was intended in the 1954 Act. Between 1954 to 1980s, there had been recommendations made during the time of Rajiv Gandhi also to make it more broad-based. We've taken consultations, Anandji, from, if I go on specifically on 13 July 2023, the representatives have come from the general public. On 21st July 2023, complaints had come from state Waqf boards themselves that please reform it. On 24th July 2023, the officials of state Waqf board and general public came and said that please make it more broad-based. So what we are doing is that in the past 1 year, whatever the individuals from Muslim community, from state Waqf board have told the government to please make it reform, make it more broad-based, we've done that. Now my question is, Anandji, what logic tells you that the Waqf property was roughly around 4 lakh acres in 2008-9. In just 4 years, it jumped to 8 lakh acres. And how a non-Muslim property was made Waqf property by the Congress party for appeasement purpose. And let me go forward with it. Let me go forward with it and tell you that what all properties were there. The Waqf board had claimed on Allahabad High Court, it was later dismissed, the Tamil Nadu, a 100-year-old temple was...
Not temple, the entire village.
The entire village. And let me tell you, 500 villages on the border of Madhya Pradesh were also said by Waqf that they belong to Waqf. So the point is that there cannot be a parallel judicial system. This country is run by the courts and there is a judicial system. So the aggrieved party has to apply and has to appeal to a judicial system, and we are making it more broad-based. The entire benefit will only go to the Muslims. So there is no benefit of the Waqf which will go to the non-Muslim community.
We're going to keep this a little short, so I'm just going to ask this own question. If the possible rent accruals out of 9 lakh acres of land is 1.2 lakh crore, that's the amount that could be got. And if that's not being used for the betterment of the Muslim community, because that's how it's supposed to be used, and the Muslim community wants doles after doles because their social upliftment and they're so far back in the social index. So has the Waqf actually done its job?
Anandji, just 10 seconds.
not.
Had the Waqf done its job, there would not have been a need of a Sachar committee which would have concluded that the social and economic situation of the Muslims were not proper.
Correct.
The Sachar committee concluded that the Waqf Act, the amendment of the Waqf Act was complete failure, and there is reform which is needed. So either you believe in Sachar or believe in Waqf. There cannot be this...
They believe in what they want to believe when it is convenient for them.
In this country,
That's
you
the
have
allegation.
always had a parallel system. You have consumer forums. If your phone is not working, you can go to a consumer forum. No, hold on.
Please tell
No.
me which other religion has the ability.
Just hold on, sir.
Please tell me which other religion has it.
First
What
of
was the
all,
Places of Worship Act?
Do you want?
No.
Are you in favor of all the temples in this country also to come under government control, just like the
The
Waqf
temples,
country is?
one second. The
Temples
temples are already in the
by
government
default
control.
are under
And
government
that is
control. They
in
should
the
not be.
working of
Okay,
the
we're
IOI.
digressing.
Not shift the
All right,
goalpost.
all right,
He
gentlemen,
again
great
shifts the
fun.
goalpost.
Great fun. Sorry.
Never able to
I got
answer
a
the
lot of.
specific
We got a lot of
question.
ground
I
to
was
cover.
shifting the
It's a busy Friday edition, but great. Thank you very much, Vivek Srivastava and Pradeep Bhandari, in person, but fiery, but still respectful. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, gentlemen. We're going to take a